How we doing? Juice, juice, juice. Yes, sir. How we doing? Previously on KIMBA TV. Okay, got you. Well, here's what I'm really wanting to see. 21 slippage. I gotta leave. I got my meetings start right at market close. So I gotta leave. I gotta start playing the outro music and do a hard stop. But watch the SFP, and until this gets above these 2 point of controls, whoops. This is always going to be in play. If this makes a higher high and it does this, yeah, then it's gonna run. So this is going to be like kind of crucial, this guy right here. Hobo, good morning. V001. For love and peace, Fibo, Onani, God, Petrus, Hitman, Gucci, EV, Paz, Paratel, Titus, Fibception, Curvies, Insulin, Sebinator, 15-second Alpha T8. Nothing has changed since yesterday. Yeah, nothing has changed since yesterday, so we'll see if we can get a move up. Kimba, what do you think about longing the golden pocket? Longing the golden pocket like this? Nah, you already had your chance. If it comes back down, that's bad. Let me just get caught up real quick. I haven't actually seen the charts for a while, so I gotta get caught up myself. Yeah, I would assume it's continuation. Yeah, assuming that we don't spend a 30-minute candle close below settlement, I think we have a chance to keep going up. All right, shout out Coke Zero for the 50 bomb. God damn, he juicing chat. Coke Zero, let me know if you have any questions. Kimba did exactly like you said. What do you mean? Oh, the golden pocket retest. Extended beyond the 0.5. Eventually, still did a bullish retest of the 618. I mean, everything is good as long as you're, as long as you flip this into support. You have a chance to make a higher high. We're gonna see if we can break this. Yeah, if S&P can help us, I think we have a shot. So nothing has really changed. That was the long. We were waiting for the bullish retest of the 618. It has made a higher high from here. We want to hold the higher low. We want to make another higher high from this context, right? 30-minute candle, 30-minute candle. We want to make another one. We want to make another higher low. But eventually, what we want to do is attack the golden pocket. So that got papinked. So now we do this, And then instead of getting rejected here, we need to actually turn it into support. Once we turn that into support, we have a chance to get a higher high. Once we can clean that one, it's going to start a cascade. Okay, so this has to get turned into support. Once that does, you get this guy. Once you get this guy, you get this guy, and you get this guy. And then after that, you're looking at the ready, set, go, and the RTH gap. So levels to, that's your first sort of smaller time frame level. That's your next level of interest. That's your next level of interest. That's your next level of interest. If it goes back down, the only other long that you could possibly think about taking would be the SFP of the low of yesterday. Because if it's not an SFP, then I'll see you at 108. Yeah, everything looks good. Even down to the small detail of you might not get a bullish retest here. It might be the 618. Alistair is saying we're not expecting single print at 112,300 for today. In general, you don't want to expect anything, Alistair. Yeah, I think expectations are the easiest ways to get fucked. You need to have a plan if it grabs it, and you need to have a plan if it doesn't grab it. You're prepared if it does, you're prepared if it doesn't. It's the preparation. Yeah, but trying to predict the future will be the easiest way to get got. So we try our best not to do that. The probability that it grabs the single print, well, first off, 1123, there's no single print at 1123. Are you talking about CME? I don't think the CME one's even there. Single print as CME is 111965. So yeah, there's no single print at 1123. I don't know what that is. Lewis says, why do you use 30-minute close candle for your trading? Because you're supposed to. Yeah, TPO is usually 30 minutes, so I go with what the book says. Yeah says, is the VWAP at 1125 still a key level? Settlement would be the key level. So if you rewind and get caught up, you can't lose settlement. Otherwise, you're going to rotate to value area low. Yes. Anytime that you have this, make sure you write it in your book. Value area high, settlement, value area low. You're going to have situations where the settlement is outside, inside, outside, in the middle. In this context, you cannot lose settlement. All right? Otherwise, you're going to get a full rotate. Heiko Sustin says a quick one. Soul swept value area low and rejected from 7A6. What next should react now? Oh, that's the easy one. So obviously, like at some point, you have to turn this into support. Okay? The most bullish way that this can react is this. Okay? The higher probable thing would be the 7.5 to 0.5 rotation. Okay? From here, you're going to see if this is going to be support or if it's resistance. So that's loosely what you're going to see, Heiko. We just talked about this earlier in the day if you want to rewind and get like the more descriptive, thorough way to play it. But yeah, the highest probable would be the 7.5 to 0.5. That's normal, okay? And that doesn't mean that it's bearish. This would be, 3-4 times more bullish than this. But this is normal. Okay? This would be a little bit more bullish, obviously, as you can probably imagine. And so, confluencing here would probably, whether it's this or this, you probably want to confluence with something like, like make sure this is turned into support. And then pull the fib from this on this one. So you're basically seeing the 8A6 to 618 rotation. So you want this bitch. This has to turn into support. This has to turn into support. This has to turn into support. But yeah, no, regardless of, if you lose it first and it comes back or if it holds it, conceptually speaking, if this is support, the probability of getting a higher high goes up a lot. That's the math. My pleasure. And Heiko, by the way, I'm just a crackhead with Tourette's. You got me? Don't take anything that I say at face value. I want you to see all this shit for yourself. The OGs and the veterans, people that have been watching me for quite some time, will tell you the market will give you thousands of 886, 618, 7505 rotations. So start paying attention to them, keep track of them. You know, bonus points if you can spot hidden bull divs and hidden bear divs. You know, so you know which ones have a chance to flip the golden pocket into support and which ones don't. But yeah, you're gonna see this all the time. Crypto Toomey says, when you do the drawings, it clicks. I'm a visual learner. Okay. Schwiggity. 2 minutes on the 30-minute candle close. Let's go. My pleasure, Heiko. Yeah, so let's watch it together. Well, you know, the next hour, 2 hours. At the end of the day, Heiko, whatever happens, we'll get to see it. Does it do this? I don't know. 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 Do you know what this is? Well, it's not that dramatic, but do you know what that is? There's a couple of things that it needs to do to invalidate certain things. So bulls have a checklist of what they need to do. Bull div? What the fuck? What do you mean bull div? Bruh. Bruh. Come on, man. The fuck you mean hidden bull div? No, it's a hidden bear div, bruh. Okay, by a little bit. Okay. If you're gonna be looking at like a bull div, you're gonna always look at the underside. Okay, the bearish divergence is always gonna look at the top. The bullish divergences are always gonna look at the bottom. So if we did something like this, okay, then that would be a hidden bull div. Bullish divs, use common sense. A bullish div is you're looking at the bottom, how it reacted on the bottom. So the line that you're drawing is you're looking at shit on the bottom, If it's bearish, you're looking at shit on the top, So hope that makes sense. But yeah, anyways, it's, you know, we don't get bullish at the 7.5 anyways. Shishi Bui says I had to look on my cheat sheet. That's okay. Yeah. How do we invalidate it? That's a great question. So how would you invalidate it, GGG? You have to make a higher high. Because the hidden bear div, so that's the thing that I don't like about hidden bearish div or hidden bullish div, because theoretically, brother, this could be a hidden bear div. It has to change structure. That's why, like, a lot of those things we talk about is like, hey, it has to make a higher high. It has to make a higher low. It's invalidating or confirming the bias. But as long as it's a lower high, the hidden bear div is always valid. What you'll probably start to notice is like the smaller time frame stuff that we always talk about always gets reinforced with the higher time frame and abstract concepts we talk about. So when we say like higher high, higher low, or time spent above or time spent below, above or below, or value built above or below, like these things are all applicable when you go into the smaller time frame. Would this even count as a div though? Sure. Yeah. So it kind of depends. Cytilix says, when going to higher time frame to have less than 25 candles, there's no div. Yes, I actually like 14. Yeah, but we only looked at RSI. Take a look at CVD. So take a look at CVD. And then take a 1 hour. And then if you have the ability to, what the fuck? Oh, it's not the right version. If you have the ability to, change also to 10 mil candles instead of time-based. But are you prepared? If I asked you, Ronnie, give me 3 levels of interest to the upside on Bitcoin, could you do that? If I asked you where the anchor VWAP is from the all-time high, could you do that? That's all I care about, my guy. So fuck what I'm saying. I think it's a lot funner if you can have your own ideas and your own convictions. Go out there and fight your own battles. Zigmo says, does the 1618 box correlate with the 118 CME? Yeah, kinda, Zigmo. Yeah. Don't look too into that box up there, okay? That's a loose box. What I really care about is the single prints up top, right? Forget the derivatives, bro. Because CME will be proper. It'll be gentlemanly. And it'll actually do some like pixel fucking shit. You know what I mean? Bro, this shit... type of shit. Actually, it really can't hit point of control. I think that would be bullish. There's a really thin line here. I don't know if some of y'all are feeling it, but it's like... I don't know. This is awkward because I would actually be like, bro, easy money is back in play, boys. You know, isn't that a fucking failed auction, to be honest? I mean, whether it's from here or, you know, if it doesn't go as low because everybody wants to long this. Let's see tomorrow because tomorrow has hella volume. But like I said, I'm not scared to short that though. I bet hella people are going to get bullish up there. I bet we see trapped longs. Clip it. Something tells me open interest delta is going to go up. I'm going to say, what's the over under? I'm going to say 40 million top long trapped. I'm going to just say 40 million top longer trapped. Mark, what about you, Mark? I'm going to say 42 million top longer trapped. Says, but then at the level of interest, we would like to see positive open interest delta right at the top on Bybit. Not necessarily. It depends on the price action though, and the structure, and the CVD. So Namgod, there's a difference between a open interest delta that is positive, indicating longs are opening at the top when there's a hidden bearish div versus when there is not. There is a difference between somebody opening a long at, you know, the 7.5, quote unquote, you thinking that he's a top longer, but at the 0.5 or the golden pocket, it's a hidden CVD bull div. So, if we were to just it's so hard to just pivot off of one variable. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's also why NamGod, when Lion Cubs start out and when they just completely master one thing and they go off of one thing, KIMBA, I see a 1 hour bull div, you know, CVD bull div. Oh, there's longer strapped. Oh, there's shorter strapped. It's one piece of information. It doesn't work. It's always the confluence and the overlap and the narrative that, you know, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, 6 things all saying, wow, bullish, 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 bullish. One thing just kind of saying bullish or bearish is usually not enough. So, and like your question, for example, could be, okay, so your question was, at the level of interest, we would like to see positive open interest delta right at the top on Bybit. I would actually think whoever has the most amount of volume is the one that should have the open interest delta positive. So NamGod, let's say, for example, on Binance, open interest delta, not positive. Okay, but on, I don't know, what's like a super shitty exchange, small exchange, but like but on FTX is a bad example too because they actually did have volume. But you know what I mean? Like, imagine some okay, NamGod. Yeah, Hoiby. No, we'll see. A lot of Asian motherfuckers use that shit too. Bitmart? Okay, yeah, Bitmart. Is that even a thing? Okay, so NamGod. Right at the top, open interest delta, okay, is positive on Bitmart, but it's negative on Binance. I mean, what would you go with? It could help us at the moment, but it better be the exchange that has the most amount of volume, not some rando. Yeah, so a lot of like cross-referencing matters. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hard to just be black and white on one variable because just by adding one secondary piece of information, you can be so much more confident. Yeah, so I guess if you have open interest delta at the level that you want, in the way that you want open interest delta from the exchange with the most amount of volume and open interest, then yes, go for it. I think time flies when you're having fun. Let me ask you this, maybe Band-Aid, are you already in a position in juicing? Because depending on if you're trying to get filled or if you're already in a position, you're gonna want time to move faster or slower. And so it's like self-perception. Yeah, you might already be in a position and you don't really have to look for a long, or you're already juicing, so you're just sitting here waiting for TPs to get hit. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. Since Saturday night, there you go. Yeah, so it goes a little bit quicker when you're just, sitting here, letting it math, watching it fib, pulling VWAP, just level to level. Is it bouncing off a point of control? Yes or no? Shit like that. Yeah. Bumbule says, just came from training. Now time for nerd out. Good day, Kimba. Hey, Bumbule, have a great day. Make sure you rewind to get caught up. Long story short, nothing has changed. Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow pre-market. We'll figure out where we are. We'll take a look at overnight price action and we'll see. I'm not afraid of shorting that level. I'm not afraid of shorting because it's Thursday or Friday. So those two things we kind of went over already in the last 72 hours. So those things will not be a factor in terms of pussyfooting. Okay, and I already know the best thing that would help me out would be a whole shit ton of top longs. Right? So we'll see. Yeah, but if there's no reason to, there's no hedge short. You feel me? All right. Shauza, Fibception, it's my pleasure. Young Kimba brother, Mark, Lil Zan, Mark, my mate Nate says today is rate K for Kachoya, rated K for Kachoya, rated B for Bugatti. Ayo Gaines says this is my favorite outro song. Pure confidence oozes from the song. I love the song too. Yeah, one of the best outro songs, I think. It's time to say goodbye. I'm running through the charts with no fear now. Yeah, Ayo Gaines. Yeah. Well, I apologize. I kind of cut in halfway. You guys good? Wrong person. Jupy, Gamer Girl, Pedro, Il Pasoto, Chester. It's my pleasure, man. I'm excited for tomorrow. Right? Very, very exciting for tomorrow. Like, does Soul go to 172, 177? What the Don Diddley? You know, am I going to get round tripped on that long? What are we doing, man? You know, we'll find out Thursday or Friday. Same thing with Biddy. You know, what's the Don Diddley with that 118? Are we ready to keep going to 123 and higher? What's going on? We'll find out at 118. You want me to scalp this tomorrow? So this is what we want to see. There you go, Korun. Juicing on a long, nice. This is what you want to see, and then you're good to go. You're above significant VWAP. You're on the major. You just hit the anchored. Open interest looks decent. This is what you want. OGs and veterans, stick around a little bit. PSG, stand up. Help each other out. You guys are the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Can I get a Kachoya?